What the hell?
With a look of horror on your face.
Good day. Welcome to the green room with monochromatic GR.
Hashtag TGR.
I am Lucas, the Fist, the Fisterson, coming at you live, not live, recorded, lively recorded with Alejandro and Gustavo.
What up, bro? What up?
Hey
What up? What
man,
up?
what's going on?
I don't know why.
Chilling free.
I don't know why I did that.
We're missing.
I don't know why I did any of the things that I did.
We're missing Chris today. He's out camping, and good luck, Chris.
The other chromatic Gustavo, as we call him.
The other addict.
monochrismatic.
Yep.
Yeah, we changed it up today too. We're sitting outside. It's a beautiful morning.
Mm-hmm. It's very nice.
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning, yeah.
8 a.m.
So we initially said this was going to be our last episode, but we lied.
Joke's on you guys.
We're going to be doing one more after this, I think.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
We'll see.
It should be a good one.
Yeah.
It'll be. We're planning something fun, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be good times.
Yeah.
If it works.
Yeah, and we just played a show at the Pyramid Cabaret on Thursday the 23rd. And the stage sound was ridiculous.
It was awesome.
It was really good.
It's probably the best stage sound I've ever experienced.
I've never played a show where somebody had a soundboard that was that big. That soundboard
Not just one.
The two of them.
Yeah,
And the second one was even bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she
Is
said.
it?
Yeah, that is what she said.
Because, I mean, they had the stage one and then the house one.
That's a crazy, like, just for the monitors, that big of a board is just...
Well, I think Chris could hear us.
Oh, yeah. Well,
perfect.
Chris said it's the most amazing experience he's ever had at a show.
Chris's monitor was taller than him.
Yeah, it was massive. He couldn't even set up his splash because it was so close to him.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Well, and then we each had two monitors up front.
Yeah, my monitor cut out after the second song, so I couldn't hear anything through it.
Oh, shoot.
But that didn't matter because your monitors were like right next to me anyway.
Well, yeah,
so
that's
like
just
it's all just monitors in the front, so it worked great.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
But,
Kudos to the guys at Pyramid because they know what they're doing. Even
Yeah.
though that guy came off as kind of a dick at first.
I hated his guts for sure. Yeah.
I talked to him afterwards.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
He turned it around for sure.
Also, all the bands showed up late.
Yeah.
Like we thought we were gonna be super
And that would
late.
be frustrating, yeah, for sure.
And we got there, and I think there was one band that was just loading in as
Ahead of
me and
us,
Lucas
yeah.
get there.
Ooh, yeah.
And we're already half an hour
And
late.
there's 6 bands in total,
Yeah.
including that solo act.
Well, I guess she was there already, but that was one person. That doesn't count.
with an acoustic guitar and a stuffed animal. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And she was interesting.
Now, was she serious about that animal, or is that just a, like...
It was hard to say because she was introducing people to her stuffed animal, to her kitty at the start. Hard to say if it was for real though.
Yeah.
It could have just been a funny thing.
I think she's just being funny.
Yeah, I think so too. She seemed like a normal enough person, so.
Yeah. Well, and back to the sound guy. I went and talked to the guy doing the lights afterwards, right?
Oh yeah.
And I just straight up asked him, like, is the sound guy always a dick, or what's his deal? He's like, well, he's hard to read, he said.
Oh.
But what he thinks is he deals with a lot of divas.
Yeah, I believe it.
So, like, they had a band last week, he said that the drummer and the sound guy kept fighting about where the mics should be.
Oh boy.
The drummer got so mad, he yanked off all the mics, threw them on the ground, packed up his drums, and went home.
Really?
Didn't even play the show. Like, and I would never hire that band back.
No.
Ever.
No. I mean, I almost thought that was gonna happen with Chris. He was getting pretty fired up towards the end there, but it ended up being fine.
Nah, Chris
I
Chris
think
can
so.
control himself.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Yeah,
he's better than that.
he just had the real nice eye rolls going on.
Yeah. But once we were playing, I understand what his deal was.
Yeah, he did a
Because
very good job.
he knew what to do.
Yeah,
Like,
it was a good time.
But should we talk about us setting up and us wanting to play some covers?
Oh, yeah.
And then all of a sudden the sound guy goes, "You're only allowed one cover." And we're like, "What?" since when does a venue have rules on covers?
Yeah.
But we thought he was joking, right?
We just brushed it off.
Yeah, and then we continued talking about our set list, and all of a sudden a cover came up again, and he again
He's
said,
like, no, just do
"No,
one cover.
just do one cover." And
or
we're
no,
like,
he said you're only allowed one cover.
"Yeah," and then Chris goes, "Is that house rules?" Or, and he's like, "No, it's a competition rules."
Oh yeah.
And we're like,
What
"What?"
competition?
Whoosh.
So apparently we were somehow entered into the Road to Indie Week.
yeah,
Yeah.
without our knowledge.
Well,
Well, and
we
hindsight's whatever. Like
we should have realized, but
well, because I was talking to Lyle and Mark about this, and they both said they had figured out it was a competition just by going to Pyramid's website.
wow, we suck.
well, and that was interesting because I thought almost the same thing. It just didn't compute because there was 6 bands on the roster, and I'm like, that doesn't seem normal.
Yeah, that's a lot of
That's
bands,
competition
yeah.
bands, you know, like. But
Yeah, that is
I don't
weird.
know. I don't know why it didn't dawn on me.
It was 6 bands, and I hadn't heard of any of them. That's where it was like,
Yeah.
because I feel like when you're playing with that many bands, there's usually one band that's like, oh yeah, we've played with them before,
Yeah.
or they're a little bit of a bigger band from Winnipeg, or whatever that I've heard of. Those bands
I had heard of Disraeli Dreamers before,
Okay.
and because they had been playing at the Forks, I think,
Okay,
or something.
was that the one that played after us?
Yeah,
That guy with his baritone saxophone, whatever he was
Yeah.
playing, that was awesome. Oh, sweet.
yeah, that was cool. Yeah, they were a unique sound for sure.
Yeah, it wasn't my style, but it was cool.
Mine either.
A lot
But
of dudes on the stage, that's for sure.
what, they had 6 guys,
6
right?
guys.
Oh, and that poor bastard on the guitar.
See, that's what made me. Yeah, I felt bad for that guy.
Yeah, me too. Because I've been in the situation where your equipment is doing funny things.
Oh,
His
and we all-
his guitar input, I guess, was failing him.
Well, yeah, his thing was loose, right? His
Yeah.
little jack.
Yeah. So it was failing him. It was causing all kinds of nasty feedback, and the sound guy was going nuts over that.
And the feedback was pretty bad, but I think you could only hear it on the one side of the stage.
Yeah.
Because I was looking around and other people in the crowd, like, I had no idea why the sound guy was like going up there and stuff. So I feel like they could have played it off a little cooler than they did, but yeah, it worked out. One of the other bands just gave him a guitar, and then he could play the last couple songs with that.
Well, and had I figured out that it was his guitar,
Yeah,
I would have given
me
him
too.
my guitar too.
Yeah.
It wasn't a big deal.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was a little bit annoying though, the constant feedback hearing it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I felt bad.
And unfortunately, I think that'll affect their contest winning.
Well, and
Well, especially
and
because
he
they're
just-
in it to win it. We were in it because
we just
just
thought we were
were
playing a
there.
show.
Well, and this guitars, you could tell he's trying to get into their songs and stuff, and he's like rocking out kind of, and then it's kind of back and forth, and the sound guy would come and be like, "Hey, you need to fix this," or whatever he was
Yeah.
saying, and then it would kind of throw everything off, and then eventually the guitarist just got fed up and unplugged his guitar and just walked off the stage and sat with his girlfriend or whoever, and then eventually somebody came and gave him a guitar.
No.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. It was a
That's
fun show.
annoying. I'm gonna quickly go on their Facebook and see if they've announced who won that night. So we haven't gotten an email, but that'd be really funny if we moved on to the next round.
Yeah, because then we would go to Toronto, right? Is that how that works, or is there a third round yet?
I
I'm
don't know.
not
There's
sure.
there's probably 18 rounds, and at the end nobody goes.
Plain as Ghost, those guys are actually pretty good.
Is that
yeah,
the? Is that
they're
the,
cool, man.
Yeah.
Oh, and I got
the guy
the.
that talked to
The,
us.
the guy
yeah,
that,
yeah.
that we met there, yeah.
I ended up getting that video from that chick
Oh, yeah?
that was there. Yeah.
Did it sound okay?
Ish.
That's
not-
why it's not posted yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
shoot.
don't know.
Oh, we didn't move on.
No.
No.
Who-
So semifinals is
who
September
did?
6th and September 12th. On the 6th, we got Forest Pilots, Love Tongues, House Handshake, Big Heist, Brass
The Love
Band.
Tongues.
The Disraeli Dreamers moved on.
It's because they have a unique sound.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, good,
Like-
good for them.
I mean, it's great. Nothing wrong with that.
And then semifinal, and the Love Tongues we're actually playing with on October 20th.
Yeah, the
What-
Cavern.
And they're a punk band.
No,
No.
they're
Okay. See,
they're
because
like funk rock.
punk bands don't win contests like
No.
this.
No.
That's the thing, and we already know
and
all
that's
this already. so
and that's
it's not
why
a
it's
big
good that
deal.
we didn't know it was a
Yeah.
contest. We
Yeah,
just went
because
to
then we didn't
play.
care. We like practiced random songs and played songs we hadn't even practiced and whatever. It was,
It's all
it was a
good.
good time.
And on September 12th, you got Noise Generation, Twang Bomb, Plain as Ghost made it.
Oh, yeah.
Jekyll and the Hides, and Arenas, whoever that is.
That's a lot of bands.
So much. Well, and then how do they go? I guess after that, they select 3 out of each, or 2 of each, and then go to a final show.
Holy, that's a lot.
Yeah, I'm kind of happy we didn't move on.
Yeah, because you don't get paid for any of these. So for us to go out to the city for a competition,
Yeah,
and
it
if
cost
we get
us at
bands-
least $40.
Yeah, man, it's
Oh, at least, yeah.
it
And
gets
then
pretty
food,
pricey.
And then food and
Yeah.
whatever else.
Yeah.
You
Hookers and
Yeah.
cocaine.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
there was a close call there with the.
Yeah, we did have some unique ladies approach us after the show.
Bro, like we were
Oh, it was weird.
packing up, we were loading up, and we had these 2 ladies that showed up, and
Let's just
They
say
all
they
were
weren't
there.
sober.
no,
Who did they approach first?
Chris.
Okay, and then they
Well,
came up to
because-
me, or what?
Me and Goose were busy at the door. Like I was standing at the
Well,
door.
I saw
and-
them walking, and I was like, oh,
No,
I'm going to go get more gear.
No, because
Well, see, that's the thing. Goose pieced out, right?
Yeah.
Because they were walking away from us, but then they saw us in the alleyway, and they just literally came our way.
Turned around.
because they were coming from, like, because my car was parked behind Chris's. and
Yeah,
I
they
was
were coming
supposed to-
from your,
Yeah,
like,
so
behind your car.
they did approach me first then.
No.
No? So they went
because
to
they
Chris and then how
they
does that work
came in between your guys' cars, and they were asking us.
That was after they talked to me already.
Nope.
I think they talked to Ed
Yeah.
first.
Oh,
Yeah, because
okay.
they asked me and Chris, what is this place? And we're like, oh, it's a pyramid.
It's the same thing they asked me too.
And then they're like, is there a cover charge? And we're like,
Yeah.
yeah, $5. And this is around the time where Goose is like, see you later.
Yeah, I was like, no way, I'm
And
out.
then I'm kind of like, what the hell, Goose? And I look around, and all of a sudden, Chris is laughing at me. And I'm like,
yeah.
what's up, man? They just asked if I needed company. and then that's when I saw them walk towards your
Yeah,
side.
that makes sense.
And then all of a sudden I see you come from the back of your vehicle just like, what the hell?
With a look of horror on your face.
Well, because all of a sudden I'm loading gear, and all of a sudden there's this tap on my shoulder. And I turn around, and there's just
They
these
touched you?
scantily clad. Yeah, my
Dude.
shoulder,
Hashtag me too.
My shoulder is me too for sure. Well, and then they're just like, oh hey, are you in a band? I'm like, no, just loading up all this gear. No, I was like, yeah. And then they're like, oh, did you guys play a concert? Yeah. Where? Right here. What is this place? What's the cover charge? And like all this stuff. And then it's kind of quiet for a bit, and then they're, do you need a girl? I was just like, no, I'm good, thanks.
That's exactly
Well,
what
that's what
Chris
Chris
said.
said. too. He's
And then me and Chris approached each other after, like, why did we say thanks? Like, why am I
You guys
thanking?
were way too
Yeah,
polite.
so polite to hookers.
That's terrible. And then they kind of walk away and made a very crude comment about how hard it was to get some D. It was very
and then that they
interesting.
needed some D, wasn't it?
Well,
or something?
her exact words were, man, why is it so hard to suck a dick around here? And as she's walking away, and I'm just like, okay,
It's because you guys are gross.
good and bye.
That's nasty.
Oh boy! But hey, speaking of the whole Me Too movement,
I saw that.
the one of the girls that is kind of leading this whole movement.
Oh, yeah.
Started this
She
thing.
started
Yeah.
this whole thing. A dude came out and accused her of paying him off $380,000 to keep quiet because
Of sexual
she
harassment or whatever,
exactly. So these are the people, like these movements. That's
Yeah.
that's the shitty thing about these movements.
Yeah.
When you start something like this, you better make damn sure
Well,
that
and
there's no
it's-
skeletons in your closet. Because
Yeah.
if there are, your movement just becomes
It's a sham.
invalid,
Yeah.
and nobody's gonna take it serious anymore because of it.
People with glass houses should not throw stones.
Well,
Exactly.
And the thing is now from this movement, there's probably so many cases that have come about that are legit. Like there was actually all
Well,
the sexual
yeah.
harassment, and then, but because she's the one that started, everybody's gonna be like, oh,
They're going to dismiss
like,
all the real
write,
ones.
write off all that stuff.
Well, and see, that was the case with all the fake ones that were coming out. That are like, it's insulting to the people that it actually
yeah.
happened to.
Oh, for sure.
And now everybody that
Everybody
like
just wants to make a
somebody,
buck,
yeah, like somebody flirted, was a strong flirter with me. Oh, he harassed
Oh,
me.
yeah.
No,
he hashtag me too'd my feelings.
exactly. Like, Oh man!
But some people don't even know, or it's not flirting to them. It's just them being themselves, and people think
and
that
people
they're
do
being
give off
flirted with.
Yeah,
exactly
there's
like-
strong personalities. There's
people
different
do give off
personalities.
that vibe for sure.
I still think
It's happened to me a million times.
Yeah. Do you guys ever watch the movie Equilibrium?
Oh, great movie
Yeah,
with Christian
really
Bale.
good movie.
Right, and
Yeah,
I think
what?
we're heading that direction.
Oh yeah, where
Because
everybody's gonna get a drug with
we're-
no feelings.
Exactly, they're gonna suppress our feelings because nobody can freaking handle their damn feelings.
Dibs on being Christian Bale and just
Yeah,
being able to
bruh.
shoot everybody.
Dibs on being the dead guy.
No, but Christian Bale can feel, man. He can feel.
I want to be what's his name?
I don't want to be alive at that
Sean
time.
Bean.
Yeah, he just gets shot
Yeah,
right away.
Right away. I'll start feeling
Sean
again.
Bean's in that movie?
Yeah,
Oh.
he's his partner. He's like, man, you can't be doing this. You're feeling.
And then he kills him.
Not allowed. And then Christian Bale straight up kills him.
And then that's what
I
he
think.
turns into. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, you're right. Yeah.
Crazy,
so
man.
and then it's such a good movie. If any of our listeners, if you never seen the
Equilibrium.
movie,
I have it on
Yeah.
DVD if you want to borrow it.
Yeah, me too.
Text me at 555-777-3.
I have a
And it's-
DVD player for those of you who don't have one.
Yeah, I have a laptop with a DVD slot in it.
But it's scary
slot.
how we are going to be heading that way with all these feelings
Yeah.
that we have. We're going to have to start suppressing them.
too many feelings, guys.
Yeah, bro.
There's too many people in this world. We need a new plague.
One that kills everybody that has too much feelings.
That's right.
Speaking of feelings, Lucas, I heard that your dog got neutered
Oh man.
or fixed or whatever the
so
word
my
is.
dog got
Female
spayed.
dog.
So it's a lady dog. She's a little cute little red dog, and she got
Very
spayed
cute.
a couple days ago. And the first like right when we brought her home. Well, that was the day that we had our show. So I wasn't even at home. But apparently this thing was just passed out because of all the anesthesia that's on and whatever. But last night, this thing wakes up at 12:45 in the morning, so it wasn't that late. But then I brought it outside and just so much projectile diarrhea out of that thing's butthole. Oh, it was gross.
Oh,
and then
dog.
so I'm holding. Okay. Here's the
Mustard
part.
shooter.
Here's the great part is I'm just holding a flashlight. I'm in my underwear and I'm outside just so I can see where I'm cleaning.
Wait,
the
wait,
stuff
wait.
up.
Back up.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
holding the flashlight in your underwear?
No,
Oh.
that'd be impressive. In my hand.
Why is there no light?
Yeah, this isn't working.
It's
No, I
Are you
was,
happy to see me, or is that a flashlight?
Yeah. No, I was holding it in my hand, and then and so I have this shovel, and I'm cleaning up this just mountain of diarrhea. It's just liquid, and then I start gagging, and then I puke on top of this diarrhea. So I'm cleaning up. Yeah, it's disgusting. And then I go back inside because I'm like, this is stupid. So then I'm just sitting on the couch with this dog because she's not going to sleep, and then. In about a half hour after that, she goes to the door again, like she needs to go out and do this again. So
At least she warns you,
yeah,
man.
yeah, no. So we go outside, and she kind of starts to run on her leash. So I'm just kind of following her, and all of a sudden, squish, barefoot in the pile of vomit and diarrhea is me, and I'm just like, how? So then I have to stand there for like half an hour while she's doing this again, clean that up, go inside and hop to the bathtub and wash my. I took a full shower because it was just disgusting.
I feel dirty. I feel so dirty.
And so
Wash me.
And so we were talking about this a little before we started the podcast, but I was just going to ask Goose because he went through the same thing with his dog.
Yeah, when Ramona went through her neuter, fix, spade thing, she wouldn't warn me ahead of time.
Oh, that's gross.
I would wake up to her scratching the kennel, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I would go to the kennel, and this thing is David full of shit and puke. Like she puked
Yeah, okay.
herself too.
Yeah.
So now you got a towel in there, because she would always sleep on I would use old towels
Yeah, so
for
it's
her to
just
lay
like
on.
soaked up and stuff.
Because if I bought her those little pillows, she would just shred them apart.
Yeah, we do the towel thing too.
Yeah. So then, oh man, this was also like at 1 or 2 in the morning. I remember grabbing the kennel because I was like, there's no way I'm opening this thing and letting the dog run around the house
Yeah.
covered in shit.
Shit everywhere.
So I carried the whole kennel out, and you know how it unclips.
Yeah.
I clip it open, and she's running out, and she's still stritzing out of her butthole,
Oh, gross.
and you feel bad, right? 'Cause
Oh,
this is
it's
nasty.
just sad.
So I'm there hosing down the kennel, hosing down the dog, trying to dry her off with a new towel, and then shitting again. And then she calmed down. I gave her a bunch of bread to eat, right?
Yeah.
And I cleaned myself off. And I didn't want to put a towel in the kennel, even though that sucks for the dog. But I was like, it just, holding a towel that's full of shit is just disgusting.
Yeah.
And then, so that happened like 2 or 3 times that night.
Oh, that's gross.
Why do people get dogs?
Well, yeah. That's exactly
Well,
right.
I remember we were dog sitting one time for you, and then we took Ramona to the cabin.
Oh, right.
And there was three other dogs that came with, because guests that were there too. But the thing is, at the cabin, nobody gave a shit. They just gave dogs like anything
Leftovers.
to eat.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
obviously they didn't do the normal, like they didn't eat chocolate or anything like that. But certain dogs are not used to certain foods, right? So I think in the morning, I think all 4 of those dogs had. There might have been one that didn't, but they had like shat themselves.
Oh, yeah.
It was disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
In the cabin?
Yeah. Well, luckily Ramona was in her kennel, so it was just to clean the kennel. And I think another dog or 2 had actually pooped on the floor.
Well, and the worst part about that is you got to go find, and then you're looking like behind couches, like, okay, where did they all get this stuff into? Because I mean, the thing is, when they go in their kennel, they push all this aside, right? Like because they don't obviously don't like to sleep in their own shit.
Yeah.
Because who does? And they just kind of push it all and squish it to the sides.
Yeah.
It's just what I was going to ask you, Goose, was so with Maple, with my dog now, she can't lie down, like she can now. But like she doesn't like to because I guess it hurts or it's uncomfortable.
Stitches or what?
Yeah. So she just sits, but then when she like falls asleep, so what we have to do is we have to wrap a blanket around her so she can just rest her head and fall asleep. Like it's the saddest thing, and she has a cone on, so it's just like it's awful. But then but what she'll do is after she's asleep for like 10 minutes, she'll get uncomfortable with her stitches or something, and she'll just jump out of the blanket and be wide awake again. So she never is asleep for more than like 10 minutes.
Oh, man.
And she just like shuffles around, and then she does this little shuffle to try to get comfortable. And this just happens all night. Like I was on the couch with her from 12:45 until I left for here, and I didn't sleep.
Oh,
I watched
garbage.
Arrested Development all night. It was awful. I mean, the show was great.
The show was good. Yeah.
Very funny.
Oh, that sucks, man. I feel for you.
Well, and then it's just like I'm talking to my wife and this morning, and she's just like, "Why did we even get her spayed? Like, this is so dumb."
Because otherwise she'll period on your couch.
I know. But it's just like, it's so gross. And I mean, it only lasts a few days or whatever. But
Yeah, I just got to power through it.
it's gross. And it's just like, well, we're never getting a kid. That's what we decided after that.
Oh, the funny thing is, Lucas had a dream last night that you told me that you were expecting a baby.
But the thing is,
Are not.
kids can wear diapers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is true.
I guess you could put a diaper on the dogs too.
And
They do make them for dogs.
Exactly.
And the thing with children is, I mean, you love a kid more than you love a dog. I mean, some people don't, I guess.
No,
but a kid
You should.
like that kid either came from you or you adopted or whatever. But that's like that's your kid. Whereas a dog is like, I mean, it's your dog, but you purchased it, and it's just like this is. I mean, I like my dog a lot.
There's a different love between the pets and kids. There has to be. I mean, if there isn't that, exactly, then you should go check yourself a little bit.
And some people are and some people genuinely are like that though, which is weird,
I know a few that are just like dogs are the best thing in the world.
And I love my dog, but I mean, if I had a
I'm
kid,
nothing against
that dog,
liking animals. I love them.
Yeah,
But
kids are way
I think
better.
when it comes between choosing a human and an animal, it would probably for me it'd be 100% a human all the time.
Every time.
Well, and I've heard the argument that dogs are more loyal and this and that. But
It's also a dog.
Yeah.
It's a freaking animal. You're feeding it, so it comes to you and
Just
gets
find a
food.
human that's just as loyal, and then you're good.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, there is shitty human beings that, because I know the argument is, well, what if you choose between Hitler and a dog? Well, come on, guys. Like,
shoot them both.
Yeah, just shoot them both.
Just kidding.
If you were in a room with Hitler, what's his name?
Oh, it's,
Toby?
If I was in a room with
Stalin?
Osama bin Laden, Adolf Hitler, and Toby Flinderson, and I had 2 bullets, and I had 2 bullets, I'd shoot Toby twice or whatever.
Yeah. No, I get it. I mean, you develop love for your pets, and I understand that. But I mean, there's most human beings. You should pick most human beings over animals. I mean, there's a lot of shitty people. I understand that.
But Hitler's dead anyway, so you can't even use that one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. See, and that's the thing. But I don't know.
Very true.
I just think it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Well, and it's one of those things too, where if my dog were to die, I would be sad.
Oh, absolutely.
But I would get over it a lot quicker than if I had a child and that child died. Like,
oh,
I mean,
yes.
Well, and the thing is, like when I put Ramona down,
yeah.
it sucked for me it took me a good couple of weeks to adjust to that.
Yeah.
But sometimes I miss playing with her, but it's not like a human. You don't miss a dog like you miss a human. Cause
was she sick or?
Oh yeah, she had epilepsy.
Oh, that's right.
She had a lot of seizures, and at first I was able to medicate it, but it just got worse and worse to the point where she would have up to 5 or 6 seizures a day, and then when I'm not there, when she's having it, and it got to the point where after she would snap out of a seizure, she would come and bite me because she didn't know who I was.
Yeah, so she's like Alzheimer's, but for a dog.
Well, and apparently that's pretty common after a seizure. Your memory, it takes you a while to regain who and what is around you.
Interesting.
And so she bit me a couple of times, and I was like, well, this is not good for either of us. So.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was just keeping her alive for selfish reasons. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and to have her suffer for. Yeah. How old was she?
12.
Oh, so she was pretty old too.
Yeah.
Well, it's like when Leroy died.
Oh,
it was just a quick thing.
Yeah, so Leroy just switch
just,
off, eh?
Yeah. How old was he?
He was around 5 years. But I mean, bulldogs, their life expectancy is 5 to 6 years probably.
But you guys didn't have him that long.
We had him for a year. I think exactly a year. Yeah. And
I remember when he went to pick him up, he farted all over the vehicle.
he was. I love that thing, man. That
fits
dog
perfectly
was.
for Ed.
Yeah, that dog was amazing. Just the look, everything. But I felt bad for him because bulldogs, they have such tough time breathing all the time. They get tired right away.
Yeah.
They're super high maintenance too. Oh my goodness. He was a diva.
Should have gotten him a sleep apnea machine.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. Here, one for you, one for me.
Yeah. You could probably just cut a hole in the one hose and just kind of attach.
Just kind of attach. Yeah.
Have a little twin thing going on.
But no, we got, I forget what it was, but it was one Saturday. I think it was Saturday. It was over the weekend, but
luckily you guys were home.
Yeah. And we sat down. We were gonna watch, I think, a cartoon with Blake. And all of a sudden, I smelled something. And Leroy he always farted. So we're kind of Leroy, what the heck, right? Yeah. And all of a sudden, I'm like, no, this is stronger.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I just see liquid running on the floor. I'm like, he just peed himself. And that's when it dawned on me, I think he died. Clarissa didn't know that yet, but she's kind of like, Leroy just shit on the floor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yep, he's dead. Because that's what you do when you die.
You release your muscles, just relax.
Yeah, exactly. And it was a pretty, Blake I don't think remembers it, but Clarissa did, and it was instant freak out.
Devastation.
Oh, yeah. And so I quickly just because I went to Leroy and went, Leroy, come on, get up. And nothing, right? So then I'm like, Kate, that's it. And I moved him, and we cleaned up, whatever, and we ended up burying him at Clarissa's parents' place.
I was going to say, did you bury him back here?
No. Yeah. But Blake had to have a funeral. We had to all stand there. And
how old was Blake?
Oh, man, I think she was...
Just 2 or something?
I think so.
Yeah.
But she just learned to kind of speak and stuff.
How long ago was that?
That was probably 2 years ago.
I do remember that, yeah.
Yeah, because
And-
you and I didn't have lawns yet.
It
Yeah.
feels like longer ago. Like that just feels like so long ago already, but it really isn't that long.
Well, he was with
time
us-
just flies,
Yeah.
man.
That's crazy.
He was with us on the first year of us having this house.
That's right.
So
Remember that dog?
yeah,
That dog
And-
was awesome.
yeah, he was pretty cool.
Yeah. So
I'd like to get another one. I just the maintenance of dogs
Yeah.
and
especially if you get like a puppy,
yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it to anybody in the world.
Well,
Just
see,
go to
that's
the
thing.
shelter and get a trained dog, like
Yeah.
somebody that just left their pooch that's already been trained.
Yeah.
Yeah. And since I'm having another kid, I'm kind of like, do I
Yeah.
want a puppy, another kid,
have
and
to
then
deal with
my
that,
daughter?
yeah.
Yeah, like.
But that's almost the perfect time because now you're going to be up with the baby anyway. You can train
as well
both the
have a
kid
puppy,
and the
yeah.
puppy.
Exactly.
You know what? That's actually not a bad point.
Exactly.
I want to get a little Frenchie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So did you ever figure out how he died?
Well, I
Or-
think it was just,
He just
um,
stopped breathing.
yeah.
His heart probably gave out,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That's
especially with that much trouble breathing and all that stuff. Probably just kicked it.
Yeah.
Quick
Yeah.
Fortnite news. Not
Ooh,
news, really.
Update.
Do you know how much Ninja is making? Just
Who's
stream.
Ninja?
He's one of the most watched
Oh,
Fortnite players
Yeah, I think my brother
How much
told me
is
about that.
he's making?
a month.
'Cause
Get,
he-
just
a month.
He's on Twitch.
yeah, Twitch, YouTube, all that
oh
stuff.
man,
Just rough guess of what he makes a month.
10,000.
I'm gonna
That's gotta be
say.
more than that.
I thought you were gonna say 10 million again.
10 million. I'm gonna say
There's no way it's 10 million.
150,000.
Oh, that seems like way too much.
$560,000 a month.
I knew it was gonna be a lot.
He makes $500,000 a month playing Fortnite.
How old is this guy? Like
He's 24,
14,
25.
Yeah.
Well, still,
See,
that's my age, and he's making.
you should go listen to the H3 podcast where Ninja is on there, and he
yeah.
tells a story a little bit. When he was 14, 15, he was already gaming back then, like on whatever was like TF2 and Call of
Yeah.
Duty, that sort of thing. And he said he lost a lot of friends because he would just go to school, go home,
That's
and
all he
game.
did, yeah.
And he wasn't necessarily streaming at the time, but he said he would play with his friends, and then he realized that he was kicking their butts.
No.
And he's like, I think I'm good at this. So
Yeah.
then he went online, right?
Yeah.
And he was kicking everybody's butts. And he's like,
I'm pretty good at this. Yeah.
I'm decent at these games. So
Yeah.
then he started streaming because he's like, let's see
Yeah,
what happens,
why
right?
not?
And so when he graduated high school, he was already making,
Pretty good bank.
well, so he graduated high school. He would just wake up at whatever time and stream for 12 hours. He would game for 12 hours and he'd go to sleep.
Jeez.
And his mom and dad were getting concerned. They're like, you need to go get a job, like,
Yeah.
and stuff. And they're like, no.
Go outside.
Yeah.
Go play outside. Yeah.
Well, and then he's like, Mom, I'm a streamer.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, it's fine that you have a hobby and everything,
But get a job.
but get a job. Like, you need to start paying for things.
Yeah.
And he's like, Mom, I'm a streamer. And she's like, I understand.
Yeah.
And she kept arguing. She's like, Mom, I make $1 million a year streaming. And his parents had no clue.
And he was just
He was
rolling in.
raking in the dough.
That's hilarious. Can you imagine? Oh,
And then, so his...
And all of a sudden, their attitude probably towards that changed.
oh, I'm sure.
Keep going,
yeah.
man. Keep
Yeah.
going.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you need to go get up and go game?
Hey, what?
Screw school.
What do you need help with? Do you need me to stitch some scarves for your website? Or?
Yeah, do you need some merch?
Yeah.
So and I don't know how he met his girlfriend with all that gaming, but this chick he was
When
dating,
you're making that much money, man,
They
they
find
show
you.
up.
no, but he met her before that,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
high school probably.
Yeah, yeah.
So so she was in university for something medical, not a
Okay.
doctor, but
Nurse or
Physiotherapy.
something, or-
I don't know. She was supposed to be making good money. But anyway, after 4 years of school, she finally got a job that she had always wanted, and she was miserable that her boss was mistreating her and stuff, and she was not even making a fraction of what Ninja was making online, right? So Ninja finally like, why don't you quit? Like, they got married at this time, I think.
Yeah.
He said, why don't you quit? And you just help me with YouTube videos, and you help me edit
build
stuff.
it and whatever, yeah.
And then he said, why don't you stream with me? So she started streaming, and she was making more because she's related to Ninja, right?
Yeah,
so
and she's a
she was making
And
more
a female.
streaming.
Girls streaming
Yeah,
make
they're
way more
Yeah,
money.
they do.
Yeah. Equality,
Yeah,
man.
bullshit.
Yeah.
So she started streaming, and she was making more money than she was at her job that she went to
That's
university for.
See, and that shows you how equality actually balances out once in a while.
Yeah.
Where in some jobs you might not make as much, but as soon as you're the opposite sex at a different job, you make way more.
But yeah.
But I'm not saying this is for all of it, so
No.
people might get all
Because
like yeah.
even if I could make that kind of money playing video games all day long, I don't think I would want to do that.
No?
I don't think that.
I think I
don't
would.
I don't think that I could.
I
I think I
think-
could do it for a bit.
I
Well,
think
see,
people,
that's the thing.
people think it's a fun job. I think it's a lot
It's a
more
lot of work.
stressful.
I
Yeah.
think it's a lot of work.
It's
Well, you
way
gotta
more work than
perform.
people.
Like
Yeah.
is he watched because he's good or is he fun?
Oh,
Yeah.
he is
He's really good.
ridiculously good.
Does he talk during this
Yeah,
stuff? or-
little
he's
bit.
getting better at it.
But
He
it's
was-
mostly because of his gameplay. It's not like
Yeah.
these other Let's Play guys on YouTube that just are there for personalities.
See, there's two YouTubers I watch on play Fortnite.
Yeah.
Because apparently I've started watching people play Fortnite. But so I watch Ninja because
Yeah.
he's ridiculously good, and then I watch a guy named Muzelk who's from
Okay.
Australia, and he's very good.
He's just
but
funny.
his commentary, he's hilarious, and
Yeah.
he plays to bamboozle people. He doesn't play to win.
See, and that's what I would do because that's more my
Yeah.
personality.
Yeah.
Than actually being good. I would just be there to try to make people laugh.
Well, see, that's why I've
And-
like I don't watch him often, but I watch him once in a while.
Yeah.
Is Rad Brad's playthroughs? Like he
Okay, I
doesn't
don't know
try.
that
He's not that good at
Yeah.
like video games. He's decent because he's been doing it that long.
Which is funny.
But his commentary is just really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he just sucks you in, and you're
Yeah.
just like, dude, it feels like you're like he's
Yeah.
next to you, right,
Yeah.
playing this
and people
game.
with that
so,
type of personality, I mean, that's definitely a job for them. That's for sure.
yeah.
We're getting close to the end of the time here.
Out of time.
Actually, we are already out of time. Hashtag TGR, out of time.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, I guess we have one more episode for you guys after this. So tune in next Monday.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Don't
share it.
Subscribe.
Don't
Like.
don't let your dog shit on you. Lesson of the day.
Yep. Don't let
Subscribe,
anybody
like, and
shit on
comment.
you is the lesson of
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Deep.
But
hashtag
especially dogs.
deep. Yeah, especially dogs with
And do you
actual
guys
shit.
do you guys even like Fortnite? Like, comment. Do you guys like it? Do you think it's a waste of time?
Waste of
What's your opinion on it?
Yeah. Let us know.
Yeah.
Because we all Fortnite.
Season 2, we're
Not
gonna
really much, but a little bit.
Yeah. We'll have to start streaming our Fortnite games.
Oh yeah. Me and Ed are very good.
Yeah, we don't do it because Ninja has shit on us.
Yeah.
So-
There's a
bad.
Canadian guy, Nick A.
That's actually
Nick
me.
Cage.
No.
Nicky Cage.
Nick A is in like the Canadian term A. Nick A30. And that guy, I've never seen anybody build in Fortnite like that guy. It's
Crazy.
insane. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Have a great week.
Bye.
Cheers.